it's been a little while since we sat down and had a chat together, and so for that I want to say that I'm sorry. It was my intention to do a mat chat every week, and I really struggled with thinking of something else to talk to you guys about that was important. I want these chats to be really valuable to you, and so that was me getting past my own mental block. And then of course I was home for 2 weeks with my sick kids, but it's important that I'm accountable for that. I gave you guys my word that I was going to do something, and I didn't follow through. I hold you guys accountable. I am also accountable. Okay? Accountability is really important as you go through life. It's important that if you say something, you're going to do it, that you hold people accountable. If they tell you that they're going to do something and they don't, you hold them accountable for that. Accountability is so important through life. I am accountable, you're accountable. Go through your life holding yourself accountable and other people accountable to you. Okay? That's really important. Beyond that, who got to do the drill that we did last week where you were attacked from multiple angles? I think most of you did. Maybe just John didn't get to do it. That's unfortunate, John. But you've done something like it before. We've done it before. So I gave an acronym for that on Thursday. Does anybody remember what the acronym is that I gave? OODA. Right? Everybody say OODA.
OODA.
OODA. It's fun to say. Yeah? So OODA stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. Now last week in a sparring situation I gave you defend and attack, but I want to talk about how you can use this outside of a sparring situation. Okay, so we're doing decide and act. Okay, and OODA is from a military strategy. It's a military strategy. It was developed for use in military for soldiers that need to take in information and plan and respond very quickly. But you can use it anywhere in your life, and I encourage you to use it in your life. So what was that first O? Anybody remember what the first O in OODA is?
Obedience.
It's observe, right? See what's around you. And that seems simple in concept, you know, you see. But I think that one is a really big challenge for a lot of people who go through their life like this, with tunnel vision, right? You're on your phone, you're walking around, your face like this, you're distracted, you're not observing what's around you. And so I challenge you guys as you go through life, always be observant. Always pay attention to what's going around you. Pull your face up out of the sand and see what's happening. You might be sat with a friend. Instead of being here, pay attention to your friend. You might notice something. Maybe that friend is sad, but if you're here, you're not going to notice it. But if you observe the situation, you're going to see what's going on. You might walk into an unfamiliar environment and need to take in what's happening around you. Right? It's always important to observe what's happening. Yes, John?
It's like if you're doing your phone and you just do it all day. It's like if you're crossing a road, there might it might be red lines.
Yeah.
And cars could crash into you.
Yeah, you gotta observe. Okay, so that's important. Take in information. Always observe what's happening in your environment. Who remembers the second O? No, Gabriel does. What's the second O? Orient, okay? And that one's kind of hard to remember because it's a funny word. You might not have heard that word before. But orient, we talked about it in a sparring situation, is turning towards your attacker. But if you're out in the world and you're using this in a non-sparring situation, orient is to analyze and interpret what's happening. So if I walk into a room and I see people doing things that I don't deem safe, I'm analyzing and I'm interpreting that information as I don't feel like this is safe. I'm trying to figure out what is happening based on the information that I see, okay? And then I can use that to then do what? What's the next letter? Decide, okay? So I can decide what I'm gonna do. I can make a plan. If I observe that my friend is upset and I'm taking in that information, their face looks down, they're kind of like this, and I'm like, oh, my friend looks upset. So I'm gonna decide that I need to ask my friend what's wrong. Right? I'm making a plan. I decide that I'm going to leave that space because it doesn't feel safe to me. Doesn't matter what the situation is, you're taking in that information, you're processing it, and then you're deciding what to do. But the last letter is the most important in this scenario. What's the last letter? A is for act. Okay? You have to do something, right? It doesn't matter if you observed and you analyzed and you decided on something, if you don't do what you decided you're gonna do, then all of that other stuff doesn't amount to a whole lot. So if I saw my friend looking like this, and I said, oh, my friend looks sad, I'm gonna ask them if they're okay, but then I don't do anything about it, I didn't solve a problem, I didn't help myself or my friend in the future, right? So acting on the observations and your plans are important. That's what's gonna push you forward as a person in society that doesn't freeze in anxiety or run in fear. You're an active participant in what's happening around you. Yes, John? So this is a loop, and you can do it every day, constantly, all throughout your life. Take in what's around you, figure out what's going on, make a plan, and act on it, okay? But acting on your plans is the key part of that, okay? If you take nothing else away from today, be observant about your world, make plans, and follow through, okay? Because those things are gonna be important and all throughout your life. Doesn't matter if you're in a new school, you're a new sports team, you're meeting a new friend, you walk into an unfamiliar space, remember that loop. Do it over and over and over again. And that's gonna help you be successful in unfamiliar environments. And that's ultimately what I'm looking for. I don't care if you can fight 10 different people in here. I care if you can take a situation that you don't understand and walk away from it safely. Okay? That make sense, you guys?
Yes, Sensei.
Alright, let's line up.